What is happening? Oh, you see it? You see the overlay? You see him there up top?
No, Craig
Booming.
dominating.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Can't you just raise up the so it's off screen?
Genius, Abraham. Got his ass.
Well, if it isn't the leader of the Wiener Patrol, boning up on his nerd lesson.
They won't let you have any fun.
Here's another thing. The book can also be a hat.
You're gonna listen to all of this again?
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
kind of
thanks
what.
you for joining us. Thank you for joining us today. We read a book called Artemis by Andy Weir. You may know him from The Martian. They made a movie, I believe.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Damon.
Not to be confused with the other space movie he did in that same year. But hey, Interstellar? Interstellar.
That's
Anyways.
not Matt Damon.
Wasn't Matt Damon?
He's in Interstellar. No, okay.
I don't.
No,
We're gonna start with a tangent already. He was the guy frozen. He's
Bro,
like,
I didn't see it.
Oh my god! What do you mean? That's how you open. It's like, oh, I didn't see Interstellar yet. He's definitely not in that movie. Definitely not.
Don't ruin it. I didn't see it.
I'm not ruining nothing. He's not there. I promise.
It's Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, him. I think you wanted.
That's not.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, Raquel, you're right. Raquel, definitely. Yeah, no, Raquel, you're right. Anyways, so we read that book. That book is cool.
That's a good intro.
All right, I gotta introduce you, fuck. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Brian, how you doing? Hi, Josue. It's Brian's turn, please.
Sorry.
Thank you. I'd like to start off by complaining.
Oh, already.
Starting off strong.
You're gonna introduce Matt Damon before us.
It's true, he did.
I
guess I should take offense.
Well, nice to meet you, Brian. Also, we got Raquel. Say hi, Raquel.
Hi.
And we got.
I thought you were gonna ask how I was doing.
You nailed it.
Oh, Raquel, how you doing?
I'm sick.
Josue, introduce yourself, please.
I feel better. Anyways.
If you could stop being sick on mic thing.
Please, NyQuil. I hear it helps.
Jesus Christ.
NyQuil? I'd be sleeping.
Like I said,
she's had enough lean today, bro. She doesn't need anymore.
Josue, did you ask her what's in her cup? Tell me
what? No. Is it? Is it ass?
What?
Is it
Raquel? Raquel, please.
Anyways,
no.
Okay, all right.
I was introducing myself.
You're doing great.
Thanks, Brad.
No Matt Damon, but keep it going.
Matt Damon.
All right. So,
my
did
pronouns
you say
are
hi yet?
hate/hater. So if you could please use those, I'd really appreciate it.
No, moving on.
Okay.
Moving on. Comment your favorite Matt Damon movie in the comments.
Please. Definitely not Interstellar. So yeah, we read this book. It was good. It took place on the moon, guys. The moon. How many books have you read on the fucking moon?
I haven't read any books on the moon because I've never been to the moon.
Fat zero.
We haven't read books on the moon.
Yeah.
yeah, but like about it though.
I'm pretty sure
about the moon.
About the moon. Isn't there like
a
children's book about the moon?
Good night, moon.
Yeah.
Sleep tight, moon.
Oh man, mercy.
So
yeah, all right.
Wait, was that question number one?
Yeah.
That's a bad question.
Good, because it's gonna be followed up by even a worse question. So, what you guys think? What did you guys think about the book?
Point him out, Abraham? Who do you want to go first?
Well, since you. You're right on the crosshairs.
Me?
Waiting to pull the trigger. Just give me the word.
What part? You want to talk about the whole book? The whole thing in one time?
It's a bit of
Jesus.
Okay.
So the book?
Yeah, the book. Like start with the spine, work on the pages, and then let me know how.
Oh my God, Abraham, narrow this question down. How can you give such a vague, so quick question to answer?
What's your
Did,
favorite
uh,
part
Like
about
how
life,
concrete
Josue?
and like to the point we are this time. Really going well.
So what do you like about food?
Oh man. Whew. What a tough one. Eating's fun.
Yeah.
yeah,
I like
eating
to
is
eat
fun.
cereal and then
Oh my
cook,
god. Are we
cover my
still on
ears,
food?
and then you can hear the crunching. The best.
Oh, the crunchy's the best part, though.
And the
I'm
crunch
living
cuts
I
the
do
roof of your
like
mouth.
some crunchy stuff.
This book club is stopping, and we're doing nothing but ASMR content. Starting.
Everyone get your cereal.
Wait, we have to turn our crisp off. Hold on.
No. Leave that.
No,
All right,
no,
you
no.
ready?
Abraham, answer the question, or give me a question.
The question is, fuck, I don't know where to start. So,
What
give
do
me a,
you mean?
it's like
Well,
it's
how
just
about
so
I?
much.
How
All
come
right,
no
all right.
one's ever as prepared as me? I have a
I
full
like the
worksheet laid out with all the questions.
Abraham, how are we supposed to sell boner pills if we can't even get questions right?
You're right. I
It's
gotta
true.
do it for the boner pills.
I'm
Do it for
Men's
the
literally-
boner
hair
pills.
loss.
Do it for the
Please
boner pills.
Poor
do
hips.
subscribe for Butter Pills monthly.
You know what I like besides reading? Raid Shadow Legends.
Yo,
Alright.
no shilling until we get the check.
You're right. All right. So, as you guys know, this book takes place in space on the moon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
hmm
So here's what I thought about
Jazz.
Artemis as a city. You know, as a fictional city on the moon, I actually kind of like that it's all bubbly. I like that they bring up that like, in the 1950s, this is how they imagined how we lived on the moon, and we're doing it. God damn it! I like that
Yeah.
everybody on the moon is like they didn't try to like he didn't try to make up all this crazy thing about gravity. You know, they're on moon's gravity. That's what it is. You can't really leave once you're there because you'll get hella sick and potentially
yeah.
die if you go back to Earth, which I like. I think that's a nice I think that's a nice punishment for getting kicked off the moon. Is like
Oh,
I
yeah.
have to
say
go back-
that
if
you'll
I was
die. I thought
I
they
was
just said
born
you
on-
get really sick.
well, Jazz said it was like basically a death sentence to her.
Well,
Well, I
yeah,
thought
she'd
she was
be
just being
bedridden from now,
dramatic.
but like no one
Yeah.
can be born on the moon.
Yeah.
What?
Like
I thought Artemis was born on. Oh, she
no,
didn't.
No.
she arrived when she was 6.
Six.
They
Yeah.
never said no one could be born on the moon.
No, they
Yeah, they
specifically
did.
said
They
that.
said yeah, they
who
said they
said
have
that?
to
The
go
facts.
back to
The
Earth
book
when
said
they're
it.
pregnant.
When did they
Yeah.
say that? You're telling me
They literally
these-
said
you're
when
telling
you're
me that these
pregnant, you have to go
animals.
back to Earth to give
How is
birth,
that
and,
more? How
and
is
you
that
can't bring your
safer?
child back until they're
Because
12.
like it leads to birth defects. Because like
Yeah. Their
And
bone
putting
mass.
and putting a pregnant woman into like a 1,000 G re-entry doesn't put stress on the baby.
I know. I don't know
it's
what
about
that's about.
1,000
A
Gs.
1,000 G. Well, I'm rounding up. Okay, it's 99. Excuse me.
Like
Alright.
like as soon as you discover you're pregnant, you got to make some arrangements to get the fuck out. And
That's
like you
kinda
can't
dumb.
and you can't come
Yeah.
back for 6 years because like the youngest.
No, you
when,
can't come back for 12
Wow.
years. They changed.
Oh yeah,
it
they
to
changed it to 12
years.
years. Like so, fuck yeah.
I don't remember that part of the book at all.
Yeah,
Wow.
no, they said that very specifically. Like she was
Yeah.
when she showed up to the moon, she was on the
Who's she?
lower end of the Jazz. Sorry, when Jazz
Oh.
showed up to the moon,
No, I know.
Who's Jess?
Jazz is the
main
Jasmine
protagonist?
is the
Oh, I know
main
Jasmine.
protagonist.
The main protagonist.
Damn,
oh.
maybe we should introduce like the characters first and then get into
Do
the
we need to introduce them because you don't remember? Or
Well,
'cause
see,
we're
I'm
friends
horrible with
of other
names, so I'm
people?
surprised that I
I'm
remember
sorry.
Jasmine.
fleshing
That's
out
like
the
the only
context?
one.
Because they
remember.
say her name so much.
No, they say Jazz a lot.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
say Jazz all the
there's
time.
like four people in this book that talk at any
Alright,
like,
so-
and that's it.
So from my perspective, we got Jazz.
Yeah.
We got
Jazz-
her gay best friend that's no longer her friend.
Dale.
We got her
His
ex-boyfriend
his
that
man
cheated on her.
Taylor,
That
Tyler
never
or Taylor.
Tyler, but he never has any
Tyler.
speaking parts on the book.
Yeah, but her
Which-
dad has speaking
Mhm.
parts.
Yeah,
Her
Mr.
dad-
Bashira.
Her pen pal has speaking parts.
Her
pen
pen
pal.
pal's name is
The
You guys gotta help me with that. I don't know.
is it Daniel?
oh my god, I
Wasn't
feel
he
horrible.
Indian?
I don't remember.
He was
no,
Indian, but yeah,
he was,
definitely.
I thought he was from Africa.
What? Oh, he's like Nigerian, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
From like Nairobi or something.
Nairobi. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so we
right.
got him.
I
We
don't know his name. He
have
doesn't technically
the
talk.
bartender.
He types.
Wait,
Billy?
I remember the bartender.
Bartender?
Billy,
Billy was-
yeah.
We have-
Billy.
We have
Yeah,
the economist woman.
the administrator. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
administrator.
Then you
We
have Rudy.
Rudy.
Rudy
Huh?
the cop.
Oh yeah,
Rudy the
Rudy's
cop.
cop.
Apparently, he was quite the looker.
You have
Yeah.
the
With quite the body.
the billionaire Trond.
Tron.
You have
sure.
Jin Shu.
Yeah,
You have
you guys call him
Jinshu.
Tron. I call
You
him
have
Tron every time.
her boy toy. What's his name? At the
Her
end.
boy toy.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
Savoda.
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 Buboda. No, Tagoda. I swear there's a G in there. Tagoda?
No, I think it's
Skoda.
B. I think it's like
Svoboda?
SVOBDA or something like that.
He's from
Svoboda.
Ukraine,
What?
which is you know.
The guy, the scientist that kept
Russian-ish?
asking her to use
Yeah,
the
he's-
condom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you used the condom yet?
the
That
Ukrainian.
guy. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
Ukrainian.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It was no
he was
wonder
cool.
they're he's making reusable condoms.
I didn't
if
think he was.
you gotta get kicked off the
Yeah.
moon to shoot a kid out.
And that's
Who
like
we
it.
missing?
And
Now we're missing somebody.
the scientist that was in the building at the end. She
Sanchez.
was also she had
Sanchez
speaking
and
part.
the crippled girl. Let's not forget her.
And
She said two things in the
wait,
whole
did
fucking book.
Lefty ever talk?
Yeah, but she was, she was the bankroller,
Lena?
Alvarez.
Oh,
Al-
Lenny. Lenny.
Lenny?
Is that her
Lenny.
name? Lenny.
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 Lenny?
I think Lenny because more feminine. I don't know.
Lenny. I don't know.
And that's it. That's everybody.
That is everybody, and there's 2,000 people. We follow 10 people throughout this story.
I mean, it's
Which
kinda
is pretty
small.
solid.
Yeah. Huh?
Eh.
What'd you
Alright,
think about
so-
what'd you think about them having their own currency and how it
Okay. So
and
you
how
telling
it's
me?
Wait.
You telling me that the Mona Lisa?
Yeah.
Costs the same amount as equal weight of dirt?
Yeah, to ship. It's all
Yeah.
about. I kind
So-
of get it. I kind of get why he did that because it's all about getting shit to the moon, right? That's how.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. That's what your currency is based on. Is like the fuel to get shit to the moon. I get that. I did like that aspect of it.
And obviously,
so-
value does change in the currency. You got to pay more of that currency for things that you want, like
Right.
So
And also it also stops you from getting just random shit all willy nilly because it costs a lot and you have to be able to put it somewhere. It's like the other thing, right?
yeah, you got to store it.
You can't
Safely.
you can't just ship up a big ass big screen TV because where the fuck are you gonna put it? In your coffin? I don't
In my
think
coffin, yeah, taking up the whole sidewall.
No, you put it on the upper wall, the ceiling.
Ceiling.
So. Oh,
now
yeah,
you're
that's
thinking.
nice. That's nice.
So that actually brings me to a good first legitimate question. What did you guys think of the world? I
The world
love
is-
it.
Gosh, how many
Yeah.
questions? Can we narrow
Hey.
it down?
No, that's a
We
good one. I
talked
like
about
that.
the
That's a
city
good- that's a
and then
great
the
question.
money, and we only got okay.
That's a good
All
question.
right, go on.
Raquel,
the
what's the
world.
problem? No, let's stop. Raquel, what's the problem here, please?
I didn't talk, and Brian didn't talk about
What?
whether we liked Artemis.
Do you like the money?
Oh,
do you like
did
the
you
Or
like the
the
book
money.
Artemis, Raquel?
No, not the book.
Guys, I'm starting to feel
Oh, the currency. Right. What do you
And
think
the
about the currency?
currency.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Brian, your turn.
Oh, I was gonna say we're getting into it now, and I think I watched Artemis Fowl on Disney Plus, and I'm realizing that's not what we were talking about.
It's
Not at
what
all.
we said.
Oh my god, it's embarrassing.
Ooh, that's
I
kind of
have
rough.
so many
Well,
detailed notes about the movie.
you could sit this
Oh,
one out
man.
there, Brian. Jeez.
No, I like the money system. It made sense. I didn't have any issues with it.
I like the name Slug.
Slugs.
Slugs,
SLGs.
yeah.
Slugs, baby.
Yeah, I liked it too. I thought it was a cool concept, to have like their own currency, because like considering that everyone's from all over the place,
Yeah. Well, like they said it was like it's actually technically legally not a currency. It's just
yeah,
just like
Is
an
it-
exchange
What it
system.
is.
Isn't they
Yeah.
isn't it just crypto? Aren't they just using crypto as a currency?
Essentially, right?
Because it's not regulated, it's not physical, it's all digital.
Oh.
Like
yeah.
so
Then I
it's-
guess so.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
crypto, the
look at him.
idea is that you're making the currency. That's like what gives it value. So I don't know if that's necessarily the same thing, because they're not creating the slugs as to give them the value. The slugs are
Yeah. How do you
just
how do
have
you-
a
how do you-
value in themselves.
I mean,
How
they
do you
could
mint
be.
a slug?
Exactly. Yeah, they don't say how slugs are created. So it could
I
be.
got
It
my
could be
big-
all
I
digital.
got my
it could
slug
be-
I
miner
guess so.
going 24/7, baby. I'm gonna be rich.
but I guess in the point it's tied to fuel usage, right? So like I guess what was it? What was the conversion rate? Like $1 was worth like 16 slugs or something like that.
I remember them saying that, but like basically one slug is it was either 1 gram or 1 kilogram. I think 1 gram
It
of
was.
weight.
Yeah, I can't convert that.
But yeah, like a
Piled all the
They,
money.
$16. I don't know.
there's
I
a
don't
point
remember.
where they tell you an exact conversion rate of like,
No, they did.
and I meant to write it down and be like, yo, that's like what a weird conversion rate.
Why don't you look it up?
But
Google
I
it.
think you're probably right. It would be like the fuel cost for that gram, or I don't know,
Right.
kilogram seems like a lot, so like probably the gram.
It's got to be a gram, but that also means like it only costs $1 to ship a gram of something to the moon. Like that doesn't seem right.
6 slugs for $1. I just remembered it. Off the top of
Six
my head.
slugs for
$1.
So it take damn. That still
You
doesn't.
gotta remember a gram's
cheap.
not a lot. A gram's not a lot.
Bro, I mean that's all it takes to get me weed to the moon is is $1. Okay, let's go.
Illegal. Obviously, they got it up there though.
Can't get no
I doubt
hash.
it was only 6 slugs to get some weed though.
That's not for a gram. I mean, I'm only paying $6 a gram. Like that is cheap, baby.
Well, that's
Oh,
if you ship it legitimately. Like if you're going through the the back channels. A cigar was like 100 slugs.
Yeah.
Which still doesn't seem right. So
$600
$600 for a thing of cigars. Okay, that sounds about right. Never mind.
I think we're trailing off, but
You're right.
I'm not trailing off. You're trailing off. But yeah, no, the world is great. I love how he the way he builds it, and then still seems real, like realistic. Like if our current technology were to continue, we would be there.
Yeah.
And I like that aspect of his world building, and then like the bubble system that they got going on.
I like the bubble system.
And,
would you live on the moon?
Yeah. To be a fucking superhero.
Thank you. I thought that was a pretty good question.
It was a great question. I should probably write that one down. I'll probably ask that later on. Yeah, to be a fucking superhero for like until I get used to it.
Even still,
it'd probably fall off after about a year, right?
Wait, what? You think it wouldn't be fun anymore to like just jump around?
No. I feel like your super strength would fall off after about a year, being in 1/6 gravity, Earth gravity.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I don't know.
So,
I mean, even still, there's that part in the book where Jazz is like running down the hallway, and she says she's like bounding off walls. Like, she's like, man, if I didn't do this my whole life, this could be pretty fun. But like, I'm bored of it because this is just my daily life. But she was like jumping up stairs, like stairwells.
Yeah.
That would be fun. I
mean,
mean,
but
also
they just politely not do amazing stuff like for normalcy, or is everyone just like,
I think it would be like a fun
all the time
experience, but I don't think living somewhere that like stepping outside would kill me is kind of like ideal. And I kind of like really need nature. You know what I mean?
Anxiety,
they
like
have
crazy,
real
huh?
grass, Raquel.
Oh yeah.
They have real
grass in like one area.
one park has real grass.
Area. Like she says, like the best place is like the arcade, which is like, can you imagine like a city type of area being the best place? I need to have
laser tag on the moon.
Yeah, like
you can only
be on the fucking moon though.
So much of that. But like you can't travel the world. You're literally because you'll get sick going back to Earth. It's just so limiting to just be in one place.
But okay, so there's a couple things we got to take into consideration, right? You would only do it. Most people that go to the moon, it's on vacation, 2 weeks, and stupid rich. Like you gotta have to be kind of wealthy to even just go up there.
Old people go there to have sex too.
Rich.
Or you retire and
spend
the rest of your retirement fund. So like when you're that old, like, hey, I feel kind of strong again. Let's go.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah.
No, the old people go there for the space sex.
Yeah, the space sex. Like, dude, I can imagine like just old people just like fucking around and then just bouncing off the walls because like 1/6 the gravity. Holy shit.
Ooh, 0G titties.
But seriously, like just casually walking, I'd be jumping out of the second floor. Like stairs would be a thing of the past.
I'm sure they like people are like, yo, all right, chill out, seriously, because it's cramped, right? Because you're never gonna be alone. So like, all right, man, you gotta stop.
Well, they do
You do
specifically
know there
say
is
like
gravity though, right? It's
high
just
tourist area, you gotta
lower
slow the fuck down.
gravity.
No,
Like
they
you're
do.
not
There is
you're
gravity,
not gonna be like
but
bouncing constantly.
But Jazz was like, no, or Rudy jumped out of a third-story window to go get that
Yeah.
that dude.
Yeah, and
Go
it
get
wasn't that bad, yeah,
Alvarez.
because of the how low the gravity is. But it's not like, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
I just don't imagine that you're just like hitting the ceiling, bouncing kind of thing all the time.
No, I mean I'm sure you get used to it, but I mean for the
Yeah.
first like.
Wait, why don't they have like stuff to like ground them? Like, like to make them kind of
'Cause
way more.
They're not in 0G, so like they're not gonna
I
just
was gonna
like
say,
stand there and hover. Like
Honestly,
you're still gonna come back to the ground.
I like that he didn't try to overly explain like, oh, we put in this massive thing
like
putting fake
moon life
gravity to do all
of
this stuff. It's
yeah.
just like we're on the moon.
Nah, we didn't need that shit.
Also,
We on the
if
moon
you're
now.
if we're on the moon, I wanna bounce around too. Like let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Why am I up here if
I guess
can't
it's
do
only
it?
and it's like a small town kind of thing too. It's not like you have this city that you need to hustle
Yeah,
bustle or
it's a
whatever.
frontier town essentially, like
Yeah,
population
definitely.
2,000.
Ain't shit.
Yeah, it's tiny.
Like I don't know, like I guess they can't afford to get up there, but like I find it hard to imagine like just like plateauing at 2,000. But also money is a thing. Like imagine going to space today. Like this doesn't seem like so far into the future. This is like near future where like shuttles still have to do like this weird elliptical orbit thing to even get to the moon, and it's like a 7-day trip. So like we're
towards the end, when the administrator is talking about they got that new secret prototype that Jazz secured, and she's talking about that she expects the population to boom to 10,000 within a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
We should do good for them. That was like
mix up the gene pool. Like how many dateable singles are there on the moon?
Ooh.
I'm sure
Same
like
4 people.
Having to leave would limit the amount of kids.
It's true. That's true. You think it'll make the people a little more cautious about what like?
Well, they have 2,000 people living up there.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of them actually like live there.
Live there?
Like live there. Like obviously people that
Like,
work
I thought
there
that was
probably
the
live there.
2,000.
I thought
they
the
weren't...
2,000 was the steady steady population, and then
Fair
everyone
enough.
tourists come and go. They don't really count them.
That's fair.
Hey guys, on the moon, with the whole pregnancy thing, you guys think anal's really taken up?
Wait, why?
Well,
because if you can't have kids,
Is their butthole
because you're on the
less?
moon.
You're on the moon, and if an unwanted pregnancy is a big hassle because you have to go back to Earth and you have to leave for a long time. So like, I could see people being like,
well, there's also things called birth control. I mean, this is
Well,
like the future, but like
no,
and
it's the future, Raquel.
contraception.
So Raquel, how much is a pill of birth control weigh? I just want to for a friend.
I mean, it's very tiny, so
It's a very small
I
pill.
doubt it weighs very much. And those can last between 3 to 5 years, and that weighs very little. What?
Raquel. Hi.
Yeah. You asked me a question and I answered.
I asked you how much you would take to ship it to the moon.
Speaking of shipping,
I appreciate the elaboration. I feel more informed now.
You're welcome.
Speaking of shipping, our main character Jazz, she was a porter.
Oh yeah.
Weird name, but hey. Basically an Uber driver that delivers shit on the moon.
She was a delivery driver.
Yeah, she was a delivery driver.
Yeah, porters. That's just like working at the dock. Like you're a porter.
Yeah. Oh no, there's people that work at the dock, and she just goes to the dock to pick up packages.
No
or even
guns.
they even made it seem like you didn't even have to be at the docks. Like you could have just like, hey, I got the shit I want to send to that other bubble. Put it over there. Would you take that job, or would you do something else?
No, porting sounds awesome, actually.
Right?
Because everyone else is like doing hard ass shit, and you're just like Amazon delivering everywhere. So yeah, I would do
in
that.
low gravity, just being awesome. Bam.
Yeah, why wouldn't you do that? It seems like really easy money, especially with her using that to smuggle stuff in. Like it's the cream. It's the dream job on. I don't know what other jobs are on the moon, but that's the job you want.
What about you, Miko? Welder? I feel like he's the weller.
Prostitute, probably prostitute.
That's hey, respected profession up there. Respected.
Yeah, hey, it's a free society.
It is a normal yes.
Gotta get paid.
profession there.
Gotta get paid.
I would like to give myself a little more credit and say I'd be working probably with like the engineering
No kids up
system.
there.
You know what I mean? Like work with like that fucking air controls or work with like actually I really like the idea of the air control system. That's probably where I'd
Keep
be at.
people alive. That's your thing. Nice.
Boring.
Yeah. Well, controlling like how like everything works and functions,
Now,
Yeah.
what's what?
Huh?
Oh,
I
you
just
said
told
yeah.
Yeah,
Brian,
smuggler.
Brian.
All right.
Well,
You guys
okay,
can
so
do that.
smuggling's different, but yeah.
No, they go hand in hand.
That's fair. It's
That's
really
gross.
people just don't know about the second one. Brian,
Yeah.
what job would you?
Since there's only like 3 places, I would be the tour guide.
The tour. See, that's a good spot.
Especially the tour
That's a
guide,
good spot.
yeah.
That's a good spot, actually.
You're like, welcome to Grass Park. You'll see it as grass.
What's great about that is that you have to deal with people.
Yeah, but like
yeah.
it'd be like Disneyland, It's like
You know how many people quit at Disney after a couple months?
I'd be like, you don't like it? Get off the moon.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, hopefully you looked at this before you flew up here. I don't know what to tell you.
Being like an EVA master would be pretty cool. Pretty
I was
scary.
gonna say that'd
but-
probably be my profession if I had to choose. Like, but here's the thing: I don't like unions, and they seem to kind of suck.
Well, they're a guild, first of all.
Yeah, guild, union, all right, tomato, potato.
You can't just let any asshole out into the fucking on the moon. They make a good point. You can't just have any random Joe Schmo touching the airlocks. You'll kill the whole city.
We'll come back to that in a bit, but yeah, no, I agree. But that's why I think I'd be like one of the jobs that you can still be a freelancer. Like, I'd like to go outside or
Yeah, you better join
the
that
EV
guild.
master. But also like welding seems like a good profession. I kind of dug it. You get you get perks because you need a fireproof building, so you get to
Right.
actually cook. Although what they're cooking,
Gunk.
algae
paste.
fuck
Algae
that.
paste, essentially. Yeah.
Or bars.
Bars.
Algae. I didn't know algae came in so many different forms.
Which makes
Oh,
sense.
it
It's like
does.
it's the only thing you really can grow in abundance in a small
Yeah.
area. is
Yeah, I'm
algae.
assuming.
What else?
What's
What else
what's
you gonna
water
grow?
farming?
Hydroponics.
Hydroponics, right? That's probably the only way you can get it done.
Well, even then they said that they don't allow plants up because then you can get mold in space.
So
like
algae farms
plants,
it is.
plants are contraband essentially.
Shit, that's kind of rough.
That's what I'm saying. The moon's no joke.
Yeah.
I would dedicate a whole bubble just to hydroponics, like potatoes, fucking any vegetable.
I
Well,
don't.
now we're talking The Martian. Are you gonna use your
yeah.
own poop?
Hell yeah.
Gonna have to.
Eat
Gotta
them
have to.
potatoes.
Potatoes. Oh man, I almost just went off on another tangent.
We can't do that. Anyways,
I wanna hold it in.
hold. So another good question, Seth, for you.
Oh, yeah,
Is
yeah, yeah. I don't like to rule with the iron fist.
with an iron
so by
fist?
all means.
I sure as hell do.
How did you guys feel about how the main character would just be sexual at least once a chapter? You just throw that in there.
Perfect at everything. Oh, that was great.
Okay.
Oh wait, I thought we were talking about
Can we talk
sexual,
about characters now?
sensual.
Sure. Yeah, let's go.
Um,
I do have a before we go to characters.
Go ahead.
A couple things about the world.
Okay.
No one thought it was a good idea to put fucking cameras anywhere other than where the fucking the tour
There are
people. I understand
cameras.
why the tour people need you need surveillance on these fucks
Right,
because like
right.
they're here to have fun and they're things can get
Yeah,
overboard. It's like, hey
yeah.
motherfucker, see right here, see on this camera, you see where you fucked up? Yeah, don't do that. But none of the fucking entrances, like
None of 'em.
even
Oh,
like
yeah.
if only guilds can go through those fucking doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking like
I-
you fucking
Well, I mean,
believe
I
the
guess they're
best
kind
in
of
people
like-
if none of them. Holy shit!
I think what it is that like that was kind of like the point at the end of the book was like that they were like, We didn't. We realized that we just kind of weren't expecting anything bad to happen.
But
You know,
why?
like
dude,
who's
we
gonna
were
knock
we
on
were
their front door and ask, and like try to come in without permission when like it's a
Raquel, like
very
you make
small
a great,
community?
fantastic point, and I
I,
love it. It's perfect. If they didn't come from fucking Earth,
exactly.
like that fucking
Exactly.
pool of a fucking planet, like, like
Yeah,
holy
but it's
shit,
like who's gonna like show up on the moon? You know what I mean? And like
Well,
knock on your front
but
door.
anybody,
Like,
but they
fucking apparently,
an assassin, literally an
yeah,
assassin's gonna
yeah,
come on
well,
the
seriously,
he
moon.
was already there.
Exactly, but they didn't like.
That's my
It's like
point.
I think what it seems to me is like
They were
he
like,
didn't
why would
put.
anything happen here? You know, like what do
Why
we have
wouldn't
here
it
that's
happen?
of value? When like
Why
our
wouldn't
food's
they?
shit and the only thing of value here is the experience.
Which
You
I
know?
mean,
so for the people listening, the reason I bring this up is that they do a heist, and I understand like they need some type of story narratives for her to be able to do some of the stuff she does.
it's a
And
plot hole he put in there just so
yeah,
she can walk around and not get. It's just so the heist can happen. That's
yeah,
why it's in
like
there.
Yeah. Right.
like
It is a little annoying, and there's yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's still
makes
people from
no
Earth.
fucking
Why
sense.
wouldn't they like?
You tell me the richest man on the fucking moon can't put a fucking hole in the wall
Exactly.
and the other wall and it's like, hey, I have this, temporary fucking hole in the wall to get this
It's
shit done.
especially because that guy, that billionaire, was just about to undercut and
Yeah.
muscle out the Brazilian mafia. It makes no sense that
It is
that
really
they're
weird
so
that like
lax. They're so lax about it. They're just like, whatever.
yeah.
We don't
Yeah,
have laws here. Whatever.
and obviously he's perfectly capable of doing shit and keeping it a secret because he built four fucking giant ass machines.
Yeah.
Toyota, nice shout out.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know.
Lunar rovers.
Lunar rovers.
Lunar rock collectors.
Yeah, there was a fancier word for that, but yes, he built four of those fuckers. No one
Harvesters.
fucking knew. Harvesters. There you go. But a fucking, hey, let's build a temporary hole in the fucking wall, which apparently isn't that fucking hard. She built one later on in the book, in this heist.
Talking about the shelter, the little shelter. To be fair, she took that from somebody. Somebody gave it to her.
No,
It
I
was
know.
Bob's.
I'm saying like later on she was able to do that, so it's not something that like takes a long time to do. Like you can.
Oh, I see. Like if I wanted to punch a hole in one of the bubbles.
Yeah, like I'm sure you can. Like one of the houses has to be close. I don't know, but like
You're saying like
yeah,
why didn't you
no
have a camera
cameras
on his
was
front door?
kind of a weak point. Like I would have cameras everywhere, like where like
Yeah.
especially when
Everywhere.
absolute safety is like
yeah, absolutely.
so like paramount. Like holy shit, it was like like hey anyways
It's
Yeah,
just
because like they only talk about like cameras at like one point when in the first time she goes out that she's like, oh
yeah,
shit,
just
they
people
were
coming in
watching
and
me the
out.
whole time
yeah.
when I
Wherever
was
tourists are
destroying this
involved,
shit.
The
Yeah.
harvesters. Yeah, the harvesters had cameras on them, which makes sense.
yeah, makes
Eh,
perfect sense.
That's it.
That's it. No one else gets cameras.
Like,
Yeah, there's
like
parts of this, parts of society that it sounds like he purposely didn't include things in just so the story could take place, and
and
I don't like that.
and he does stuff that makes sense. Like on top of that, like the
Mhm.
doors not being unlocked from the other side. Obviously, people need to
Makes
get the
sense.
fuck in. That makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And like, but no cameras on the way out. It's like holy shit.
Yeah, you could just walk out. Like
Yeah,
just get out of
walk
there.
the fuck out. And so that was the
Maybe
only
it's
like
so that
little world building thing that he did that just made no fucking sense to me.
maybe he just wanted people to have privacy.
So
I
before we move
get
on to
it.
questions, go
Uh-huh.
ahead. No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, we've already harped on it enough. Just
Yeah,
it
it's
makes
okay.
sense, but
And
safety on the moon, I feel like over
Yeah.
trumps. Like they're not in your house. Just put them in the fucking hallways. What are you doing?
I
So
thought I swear that there was like that she was like, oh, it's everywhere except for in the bathrooms or something like that. Because
no,
like,
literally no cameras. Well, at least on the like as far as I remember, on the exits, most important. Anyways,
Yeah.
there was no
Anyways,
cameras in or out
mm,
except where the tourists are. So that
mm,
little entrance in and out.
yeah,
So I guess you can monitor like people coming in and leaving. But other than that, fucking hey, nope, no checks and balances here, man.
Nope. All right.
All right.
So what I was gonna ask is, did you guys love the fact that Kentucky Fried Chicken runs the moon, or is that just me?
Yo, I thought I was like, wait.
I thought it was
Is that what I'm thinking?
No, it's not
It's KFC. No, is it not KFC?
No, I thought it was
It's
KFC.
Oh, then never
Wait
mind.
a minute.
I retract
Obviously,
that.
everyone totally read instead of listened.
No, I listened. I'm not gonna be front. I listened on this, and I swear she was saying KFC the whole time.
Is it Rosario Dawson who does the book?
Yeah,
she does great. Yeah, her she's not as good. I wouldn't say she's as good as
the Brazilian accents.
No,
it's KFC. Yeah,
it is KFC.
We
Kenya
just read.
Space Center.
Okay, so like I swear she was saying.
I
It could have been her
kept
accent.
hearing KFC too. And I was like, wait, why do they keep talking about Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Right?
And then
okay,
I was like,
I'm happy I'm not the only one. Okay.
I was like, why is he so excited to get a job there? And then I was like, oh, this is not KFC. Gotcha.
Yeah. Never mind. So characters.
Can we talk about characters? Can
Yes.
Vent
30 minutes in, go.
This fucking book.
Yes.
Oh boy.
I had to check a couple times to make sure, because I thought I was mistaken. I had to keep closing the looking at the cover of the book, because I could have sworn this was written by a lady and not a man. The way Jazz is written is so fucking annoying. It honestly kills this book for me. I hate Jazz so much. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
She's like snarky all the time, and the point where it gets fucking annoying, where even her friends like, yo, shut the fuck up. We're in the vacuum of space. Stop fucking around. Pay attention. This is why you failed. This is why you failed your test from before. Like
I have to
pissed me off. Like
I have to agree with you. Honestly, it to me, I can't lie, it made me feel like it was definitely written by a man, because I was like when I was I'm 26 and she's 26, right? And I'm like, I was like that at one point, but I got over that shit when I was like 22. I'm like, why is she 26, has all this experience, and still having this petty bullshit drama with her dad and her friends and stuff?
You're not an asshole.
And I'm like, and like, well, everyone has a past, right? So like, I know I've like been that kind of person before at some point, and I'm like, that's just not something that just sticks around like that. Like, you get over that shit, you grow up. And I'm like, this guy definitely doesn't know when people get out of that shit. I thought she was like 21, maybe 22. And then when she said she was 26, I'm like, wait, what? And you're still acting like this?
My God. So like in the beginning, where the by the way, like the way the book opens with her running back to the airlock because she has a leak in her suit is awesome. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, that was a good opening to the book.
Yeah,
starts off strong.
But as she gets inside of there, and then he's like, you failed, and she's like, but I'm so good, like I made it back in time, and he's like, well, you should be dead, and it's your fault, and you failed. Which, listening to it, I'm like, this guy's actually sounds pretty reasonable.
Yeah,
he's not making he doesn't seem like he's a hard ass, but for a good reason. It didn't seem personal. It's like, yo, I know you bought secondhand equipment,
great value suit.
Your valve failed because you bought cheap material. You could have died out there. You should be dead. And so no, I don't think you're experienced enough to be an EVA master. And I was like, that sounds great. I can't argue with any of his faults.
Yeah,
to me, he's an asshole because of how blunt he is.
Yeah,
and like what's the cop's name? Rudy, he's also an asshole because how fucking diligent he is. Like, he does not give a fuck if he hurts your feelings. He's like, hey, like,
I like hella respect those people.
She was just annoying.
Like both, like she was kind of just like that's what I was like. She's just so immature about this shit. You know what I mean? I just didn't get it.
Like, dude, you do not know how to write an asshole. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, like there's there's like
They're
an
too reasonable.
immature asshole, and then there's an asshole, and she was an immature asshole.
And
You
it's
know?
like, and the people that are yelling at her, that are being like, "Yo, you need to like stop fucking around." None of them at any point come off as unreasonable.
No.
Yeah,
It's always Jazz
Yeah.
that you're like, "Come on, Jazz, stop."
Like,
It's
get
not.
it.
yeah,
You're the
Yeah.
you're the unreasonable asshole. Like you're so like, shut up. Like
yeah,
like when she's like when she's cutting the hole into the wall and she's just complaining the whole time,
yeah,
and her dad's like, put another seal on that airlock, and she's like, "No, I got it." He's like, you're not in a rush. You're just being impatient. Put another seal on there. I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
talk to your daughter. Like,
Yeah.
what are you in
Yeah.
such a rush for? Like, I get it. You have to get things done, but we're talking about an air seal to save your life. What are
Yeah.
you doing? Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Throughout this whole
Yeah,
book,
and it's-
she does it so many times throughout the book, where it's
Yeah.
like Jazz, like you're in the wrong. Like, shut up and like.
I know,
listen.
like she like the parts that were supposed to be like, oh, she's growing as a person, are like the parts when she's like, oh wow, it really was my fault. Like I should have looked at my suit better, and it's like, yeah, so maybe you should like take
Tell them.
this information that you learned and realize that you should stop just like being
Like-
unreasonably rude to people that are actually helping you and giving you good advice all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
Nah.
And like
Yeah.
They're assholes.
or like at the end when she's arguing with Sanchez, and like her friend Dale's like Jess, like stop, we're in
Yeah,
space.
yeah, like she's
she was
literally
getting petty, like petty.
saved your life.
Any stupid shit. It's like
Yeah.
you're in the vacuum of space. You gotta stop fucking around and pay attention. Like this
Oh,
is why
yeah,
your
yeah.
suit broke before. Like stop fucking
Yeah.
around. I like that the book at the end didn't just give her EVA master. They were just like, oh, you did it. Like here's your, like
Right.
Honorary.
Yeah. I
you
totally was
you proved your.
expecting
I
that
was
too.
too. I was really
Yeah.
expecting them just to give it to her, and I
Yeah.
would have thrown this book out the window.
Yeah, no lie. Like I
Hollywood finish. That's definitely how Hollywood would take it.
Oh my! I like what? But the thing is, not to cut you off, Abraham.
no,
But
no,
like,
no, that's fine.
there
Fair
is like zero character growth for Jazz at
No.
all.
No,
doesn't-
there's
There's
Very little.
zero character growth.
character
The only
growth.
thing that she grew on was that she
Her dad.
forgave her friend,
She-
and also
well,
her dad. But yeah, she forgave her
she-
friend, and like
Yeah. Well,
Just
she
made
like
out that
hold
guy.
Not
herself
really, not,
accountable
like-
for a few things, like
Like
the
that.
suit, like oh, that's why my dad is like making sure that I check these things. You know, he wants me to be alive. You know, like it's just like the
Oh.
things that she just starts recognizing towards the end. That's her slight character development.
even
Like
even
a
when she
slight.
even when she's like, it is my fault that I didn't double check my suit. She's still like, but he's wrong for not passing me. It still doesn't like
Yeah.
hit her completely, and it's just so annoying. Like, oh my god, and she
Like-
doesn't get
Yeah.
better.
If it
It's-
wasn't
Yeah.
for the world building, like I would have gave up.
Yeah,
Especially
Yeah.
early on, like this character is annoying. But the world building is
Yeah.
really good. So
She
I
d-
kept
oh
with
my-
it. I kept with it.
it just sucks when the protagonist is bad. It's not a good protagonist.
And
I think that's what
the
makes
whole
it
thing.
different, though. You know,
But
like
it's
I hate watching stuff that like you just are like, yeah, best character ever. I totally like love this person, and you just want them to like score at everything, but they're getting fucked all the time.
yeah.
It makes it so much easier for her to be getting fucked constantly, because
Uh,
you're like, yeah, she's she's annoying, so whatever. You know, she can
Yeah, she can
get
get hit
screwed.
with a knife. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, she's gonna pass out from a pipe on her neck. Well, you live
Yeah.
some, you lose some. Like, oh,
Yeah.
she's yeah, I said live some, win some, you lose some. There we go. But-
Another thing, another big problem I have with this book. Who the fuck is she talking to the whole time?
Right? Oh
Her
my
pen
god.
pal.
No. Besides
no.
that,
I'm
like,
talking about the
she's-
narrating in the book. Who the fuck is she talking to?
She is fourth wall breaking
The whole time.
hard,
Yeah.
hard, super
Yeah,
hard.
she is.
And it's like
Yeah.
it's like okay.
Oh,
This type of like past tense first person narrative would work if she was writing like a journal,
oh,
or
if it ended
was-
with
or she was
Right.
logging
"Dear
it.
diary."
Exactly.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
all
yeah.
of the because it's like
As,
first person past tense the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
And it's so
Right.
annoying, and she's so smug to herself. I can't fucking stand it.
Good one, Chaz.
Like,
Like-
like the part, like I cringed so hard when she was like I screamed like a girl. I can say that because I'm a girl.
Oh
Like,
my
oh my, I
God.
cringed so hard.
This guy
One of
wrote
those
Cringe.
things that
this
I'm
guy.
like, did a girl? This definitely wasn't written by a girl. Every time
No,
I read that shit,
It
I was like,
sounds like
oh
it's
man.
written like it's written by a girl. That's why I keep
It
checking the
sounds
font.
like it was written by a teenage girl. Like
Ew,
that's
my
not what a woman would
God.
write for a woman to say. You know
Or
what I
just like
mean?
and just like things where she's trying to explain the science to a reader, even that comes off so fucking smug.
Yeah.
Or she like,
Yeah. Well,
and
she's just
this
she's
is
a hella.
this
Yeah.
is the numbers. Oh, but you knew that. Like, oh my God, shut the fuck up. And who are you talking to?
Yeah, like
Who are you
How
telling
so
the
Yeah.
story
smug
to?
to yourself?
she's so smug. She's like,
Well, she's like hella rude about it
I
too.
figured it out in like 30 minutes. You could too if you just understand. Like,
Exactly,
oh my
exactly.
God.
Shut the
She's
fuck
like,
up.
she's like, oh, pen pal, you're having a hard time getting jobs. Well, I got like 6 people trying to offer me a job, but I turned them all down because it's probably has to do with my dad. I'm like,
Oh my
what?
God, exactly.
Like that's so uncomfortable. Why would you say that to
Yeah.
someone that's struggling?
And
Like,
the guy on the Roby is like, I'm taking care of like me and my whole fucking family, and my little
yeah,
sister just got like knocked up, so now that like sets her whole
yeah.
plans back, and dad has to work another 10 years before he can
She's
retire.
like, "Ah, I don't want my dad to help me.
Exactly. Oh, I don't want dad's
Like
help, and that guy's
what?
like,
Like
yo,
you literally could have a future and a career, and you're just throwing it away because you're petty.
Yeah.
because
Like,
because her boyfriend burned down her dad's shop, and her dad got mad. Like,
So like,
and then so she ran away. Like that, isn't that what happened? Her boyfriend burns down
yeah,
Yeah.
his
yeah,
shop,
'cause they
wrecks
start
his
messing with the
fucking
welder. Yeah.
wrecks his livelihood, and then what does her dad want her to do? Like, just stop fucking around and get a job, like work.
yeah.
Just grow up.
She
She's
runs
like, no,
away.
I'm gonna be homeless. It's like what?
Excuse
Like
me?
what? Ah,
No. It's not even to be homeless. She ran away with a guy that is already sleeping with other women. Like,
oh
granted,
yeah,
she
before she was
agreed.
homeless.
She knew that from up front.
Oh yeah, because she's like, we weren't serious, or we
Yeah.
never
We're
had
an
that talk, so
exclusive. Yeah,
that's
So
okay.
I just moved in. It's like one rule, don't bring no chicks to the house. It's like that's what you ran away to, and then like later when she was bitching about like I was cheated on, it's like what? I thought you knew, and then obviously they explained a little better
yeah.
later on. But did anyone care? No, I didn't really.
Well, no,
Uh,
well,
I didn't really care.
her boyfriend that burned down her dad's house, that wasn't Tyler, right? That was someone
No,
else.
that was the
no,
pedophile.
that was the pedophile.
That's why she broke up. with
Turns
her.
out to be a pedophile.
He turns out to be a
Yeah.
pedophile. That's right. That's right. Which is like, I don't get me wrong, pedophile bad, but like,
yeah, 100%.
this is, you knew what the fucking situation was. Like, how are you?
It's also like weird that like so I've oh man, this is really TMI. I know someone that like dated a guy, a pedophile. Like she was underage and he was way older. And like afterward when he like was going to jail for it and stuff, like she still was like she's still to this day and it's been like I don't know, like
Stockholm
eight to
syndrome,
10 years. She still
Jesus.
believes that like she really he really cared for her just because it was her and that she
Not because
really
she was an
genuinely
underage
like
girl.
she gave consent kind of thing. And I'm like, girl,
Yikes.
you can't give consent. So the fact that like he cheated on her, right, with a younger girl, and then she's like, turns out he's a pedophile and I hate him now. And it's like
What?
that doesn't sound like what a child that was groomed by a pedophile would respond. You know, like that just sounded really ill informed to me on the writer's end. Like you don't know how they would react. They would definitely not react like that. Like this person I knew, like she knew that he was dating girls younger than her after they broke up, and like she still didn't
It,
process the fact that he's a pedophile. She's just
I
like, we just happen to be younger. And I'm like, no. And that's just like how it works when you're in that
for sure.
situation.
I think
Mm.
it sounds like it was the writer needed a reason for her to be homeless,
Yeah.
after moving out, and that's just the easiest way. So it's just like done. Okay, he's done. He's out of the picture.
Yeah,
It's
but
you know
it didn't feel realistic to me.
well, I mean the whole book that feels like that. It
Yeah.
feels stunted.
When it
like,
comes to her and her little issues, like the
yeah,
only
like
part
it's
is the father that only seemed realistic. I did like that they came that the town got together and like beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
I did actually like that aspect of moon law is
Moon
Yeah.
society,
moon
moon law.
society. We this is the moon.
There's no law up here. We are the law.
That if you're a scumbag, the town will rise up and beat the shit out of you, and that's the way
Yeah.
the law gets handled. I like that aspect of moon law.
Yeah.
To be 100%
And
honest
then
with you.
they'll ship you.
And then they'll ship you back. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
To face like the Earth's consequences for it.
Right.
Yeah, that part was cool. They sent him back to the or they said they sent him back to the country laws they broke, or not where they're from, but
No, it is. It's from where they're from.
Where they're from, unless it involves murder, then they send you to the country where that person,
where the victim,
That's
where the
what-
victim was
that's
from.
what it
So
was.
so they
Yeah.
I'm sure other crimes are in there as
Similar.
well, as far as getting shipped to the country of the person you offended. But
Batman style.
so we all agree that Jazz horrible, right?
terrible. Sorry, I took 99.
No, it's fine.
Complaining, so please jump in as well.
But can we agree that like the supporting cast was pretty cool?
Yeah.
I like the
like Fogo.
supporting
I
cast
like
as
him.
far as characters go. Like the scientist, the Ukrainian scientist, I liked him. He was enjoyable.
Savadota?
Yeah.
Let me find it.
Spoga, or whatever. I didn't like her dad, but I did like. I liked
her dad.
Dale.
I like.
I liked. You liked her dad?
Yeah, why
I liked her
not?
dad. Why not?
Svoboda. Svoboda.
Spodo. Spobo.
Svoboda.
Spoda.
I didn't mind her. I mean, I didn't mind her dad. Her dad was just a strict guy. I didn't actually like nothing about him I disliked.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I didn't like him, but I didn't like hate him. But I also just didn't really like him.
Is it because he's brown?
No, it's
It's okay,
because I
Raquel,
didn't
you
like
can
his
tell her.
tactics.
What's wrong with his tactics?
I don't know. I just felt like, I mean, I guess when I realized she was 26, I was like, okay, I guess that makes sense why he's acting like that. But like
Grow up.
before that, it was like she was dating a pedophile. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
just had
why
sex.
like-
didn't he?
But he
like,
did. He told her, "Say, hey, maybe you should stop dating that piece of shit." Like,
yeah, but like I mean, I don't know. There
Like,
were a ton of things that just kind of
he obviously
made me
wasn't
feel
so
a little.
controlling where like she couldn't. Like, he still let her do her thing, and he even like explains that later. Like, obviously,
don't
especially
know.
once you move out of my house, like I can't judge your life. Like, you do what you want.
Yeah, I did like
But-
that aspect of it. He's like, yeah, you're an adult. I really don't like.
Like, I may not agree, and I'd like
Yeah.
to change some things, but at the end
It's
of the
not
day,
my.
I
It's
can't
not
control
my. Yeah, it's not my place to. I may disapprove of what you do, but I don't have to accept what you do either. Which was
Yeah.
like, all right,
Yeah.
that's fair.
I don't know. I guess I just like felt like I don't know. I guess I just kind of felt like he was kind of like had this like greater than thou kind of aura for a little while. Yeah, like the whole like you're you know, you're a criminal. I don't like the name of that title. Like he just sounded like he just really needed to make sure that everyone knew that he's a good guy and they're all
I mean,
bad guys.
He's
But you know, like,
hella religious though, like
Yeah,
a
and,
super
like,
devout Muslim. So it kind of makes sense that he like is like that. He doesn't drink.
Yeah, I
made
guess
mention
that's
that a couple
true.
times. He didn't want any of his money to come from dirty dealings. You know what I mean? He's a man of his word.
Yeah, I guess
get
if it's like a religious thing, I guess I understand it.
He built that leaning wall so he could pray to Mecca like in space.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
I thought that was
Yeah,
dope.
I thought it was cool too. That he's like it's exactly like what it was like 45-degree angle or 23-degree angle or something like
Yeah.
that to like point east. I was like, all right, that's kind of like I can dig that.
yeah.
But it is an interesting thing. If you're on the moon, how do you pray to Mecca? How do you pray to east?
Yeah,
You know what I
Right.
mean?
you just I think you just look at Earth, right?
Or is it
Just
west?
connect.
Whatever which
West,
way you
I believe it's
Beast?
west, right?
Yeah.
West. Yeah, west.
West? Yeah.
We
How do you pray to Mecca on the moon? That's actually like when he brought that up, I was like, that's actually a good point. I never would have thought of that. What a
right.
that's
I'm sure
pretty
someone
cool.
out there knows.
I
What's
like
the
that.
rule here?
I think you just pointed Earth. Honestly, it's just there it is.
So like say you get stranded on an island, you don't know where. Well, I guess you can figure it out by the sun and all that.
By
Maybe
the
they-
sun.
Yeah.
Try your best. You know what I mean? You just do
Yeah.
what you can do. Because then doesn't someone mention is like the people in China don't dig holes and
Don't pray downwards.
Don't pray downwards, which is like, all right, fair enough, Jazz. Like that's one for you.
But like, I'm sure like there's a reason why, but also doesn't also. Well, I guess you just gotta point to Mecca, right? So
Yeah,
it
I
really
think so.
doesn't. Oh, okay, so it's not really like a west or
I
east.
don't, I,
episode.
Abraham. I don't want to like
Yeah, I don't-
speak
yeah,
on.
me
I
either.
have no fucking idea. I'm not gonna
Guys,
ever
guys,
pretend.
just back up a little bit. Just
We'll just
We're on
turn out of this conversation.
beep, beep, beep.
Just back it up. Back it up.
What's another supporting cast that you guys like?
You know, that's
Really, you had problems with other
I
people
like
too?
Dale. I like Dale.
It's not like
I really only had a problem with Jazz. Everyone else was
I
fine
liked
for me.
Rudy. I like Dale.
Rudy was great. I love Rudy.
I liked Rudy, but everyone else is not in the book long enough for me to really give an opinion on them.
That's
Really the
fair.
problem. They
jazz
don't-
show.
It is the Jazz
Yeah.
show, narrated and directed by Jazz.
The pen pal guy, he was awesome. I loved him. Like, he was out there trying to get it, supporting her fucking selfish ass.
I
Yeah,
know.
It's like he's going through it and still finds time to like care for her.
Yeah.
And like I thought that was like
Yeah.
she like that's what I'm saying. Like the people around her, give a shit. She doesn't always give a shit.
Oh my god, Jazz. Sucks
What was
so
the name of the guy that made the condom?
Sabota.
Sabota. She never
Alright.
fucking tried it though. Never.
Well,
All
they're
this
gonna
man
try
wanted,
it
they
that
made a
much, don't worry.
deal.
They're gonna try it. She didn't shake on the bet at the end. So they're gonna
Yeah,
she's
he's
gonna
gonna
have
get
sex with him.
first-hand experience.
Yeah, but still.
He's
Bet?
gonna get to
Oh.
experience it himself with her experiencing
Yeah.
it.
You know, horizontally.
I kind of saw that. I saw that that's probably what the book was hinting at, but
Yes,
the book
That was like a
didn't
big jump, right?
the
So
book
the-
didn't
uh,
the book didn't earn it at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Their
what you
relationship
guys?
is so lukewarm. Like it's so. Oh my god.
There was like one mention.
Yeah.
I guess he's
It kinda-
not too bad, and then it's like boom. Yeah.
It's like you really need to learn how to talk to women.
And then she's like, "You need to learn how to talk to. Don't call me buddy. Don't
Yeah.
call me buddy."
Yeah.
I'll
Which-
teach you some things about guys. It's like,
Yeah, it's exactly. But also like, okay, so imagine you come home, right? Long day at the old lab mines, whatever the fuck he did for a living.
the lab mines. It's fucking mining beakers over here.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
In the pits, mining microscopes. You know what I mean? Digging them out of the wall.
Digging them up fresh.
Don't worry, the centrifuge will be out by morning, Doc. Don't even worry about it.
You know what I mean? You come home, your lungs are full of some science particles, right?
Uh-huh.
And
You got the
s-
science slug.
You
the
got,
science
you
lung.
got I got the white lung.
The lab coat lung.
So you come home, you know,
Uh-huh.
three of your canaries have died that day, right?
Uh-huh.
And you see your friend, you know, that you let stay for the night, basically naked in one of your shirts, lounging, and
Yeah.
you think to yourself like, "Damn, hot damn, your boy Sabota is gonna get it," and she goes, "Hey, buddy, best friend, old pal, how are you doing?"
Friend zone so hard. He's like, don't call me buddy.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he stood up in that moment. He's like, nah.
Don't
No,
exactly.
no.
Don't call me that while you're dressed like that. It's like what? It's fucked
Disrespect
up.
this chub I got.
'Cause It even seems like Jazz was like teasing him. Like I'm gonna get riled
Yeah.
up. Like, oh, look how sexy I look in the mirror. How could anybody not want any of this?
Sup, dude?
Right.
And then she's like, "What's up, bro?"
Yeah, that was gonna be one of my
Yeah.
questions. Do you think the book earned the relationship? But obviously,
No.
this way, we got your opinion.
No.
Raquel, what do you think on that?
Yeah, I felt like the climb was not really there for a little while, and then
Yeah, use a
suddenly
word
she's
like
just
climb, huh?
like, she's suddenly just like, oh, we're spending a lot of time together. Maybe I do think he looks good in that lab coat. And then I was like, oh, okay, so that's what's happening.
Here's the thing: the book gives you these little like hints that okay, there's gonna be a relationship. It's like,
But they're not good.
but like,
Like she
No,
had
like
more. She
stop
had
it.
a better relationship with Dale
With
than
Rudy,
she
I
did
thought she
with
was gonna. I thought she was gonna
or
bang the
Rudy.
fuck out of Rudy.
Yeah, right. Like she had that banter with Rudy, and it's like, but with Spoda, it was just like it was very like, um, yeah, like I keep fucking up and you keep helping me, but like we're kind of friends, and now we're
This
kind of
head
like
pad.
really more than friends because like we're besties now, I guess, because like this is a really serious situation. It
Right.
just kind of was like,
Like, yeah, even that moment where he gets offended because she tried to give her money,
I liked. I like
like,
that.
yeah,
which is fine, but like,
but it
we
was
didn't
like,
have any character development to earn that, right?
Right. Right. Exactly.
yeah.
We never saw them. There was no like little book version of a montage. Like they weren't like developing some technology together for like a month. Like
Yeah.
no, it's like hey,
Yeah.
it's like
Like
how
there
dare
should have
you
been
offer me money?
something that happened before she went to his house
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
like
Like
slept over.
that's
You
not
know
the
what I mean?
first.
There should be a little bit more in between that. I feel like that was where the buildup was needed, and
yeah,
he kind of considered the buildup of them talking about the condom
yeah,
and
that was
talking
enough. That's
about
all he needed.
the
Yeah.
Ship it.
creation of the
Yeah.
device or whatever. Like
This,
that was supposed to be enough, and I'm like,
right.
that's not enough, you
That's a,
know?
yeah. 100%. 100%. The guy, he just assumes a lot. Like
Yeah.
all their relationship was off camera. So don't worry about it. It's there. I promise. Their
Right.
Oh
chemistry
yeah.
is. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I did like towards the end I was like, okay, I see it and I see where this is going. And it makes sense. They're both super smart. I get it. Like it made sense to me enough that I was like, okay, this is
yeah,
fine,
I agree
you
with that.
know?
'Cause I didn't hate it, but like,
Yeah.
did you earn it? I don't know.
No,
You
it
feel
kind of it kind of
Mhm.
seems like they were like, well, we're
the
together, I
book's
guess.
over.
Yeah.
I gotta bang someone, I guess.
It's like,
I
well, I
think
like your dad now, so your dad likes me.
you know
Yeah.
when
Okay.
cartoons take comically large steps. That's what I picture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It's just like
yeah.
right to the end, like,
Yep.
and we're here. All right.
Yeah.
This. It's like, all
I'm
right.
Well,
surprised she didn't have a
the
fucking kid in her
passing of
arm.
time was kind of like that. Like when they like the pen pals, like they start when they're like 6 years old,
Oh yeah, that's
right?
true.
Or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
They're like or
definitely.
like 12 or something. They're like super
Yeah.
young. And then suddenly they're supposed to be like sort of adults, and suddenly they're like really adults. And I'm
Yeah,
like, how come we didn't get like a better transition of the passing of time
sure.
in this?
Yeah, I agree.
Speaking of the pen pal, did you guys enjoy that? Like that's how he chose to show how the building of the smuggling ring started through the pen pals.
Yeah, I liked
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
yeah, that
I
wasn't
enjoyed
too
that.
bad.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
I
I
Yeah.
honestly thought it was going to be a little bit more like part of the story, and I don't know how to explain it. I thought it was going to like we were going to have more foreshadowing, like it was foreshadowing a ton of stuff, but it kind of really didn't foreshadow that much for me
yeah,
besides the smuggling.
Sequel baiting.
I thought she was gonna fuck that guy.
Never even met him.
Never even met
Oh
him.
yeah.
No idea what he looks like.
What I liked about it is that like it sets up her pen pal. So like when he does a lot of shit for her at the end, like it made sense because like
Yeah,
he had all the connections on the ground
Yeah,
and he was able
and
to
they've known each other forever.
yeah he was able to add a name with money and then for her to have money to use on these aliases.
I
Right.
I like what I like about that whole part where she's trying to go undercover with a new name and she's wearing the headdress.
Hijab and all. Yeah, the
Yeah, yeah,
hijab and
whatever.
the other
Yeah,
one. I
the
forgot
face
the other one.
covering, the
Yeah.
religious face covering.
Hmm.
I like that she was like, no one's ever gonna recognize me. And then Rudy's like, I know that's you, you idiot. There's only 2,000 people on this fucking on this city. Who else would it be?
We're in the
Like
same
no,
shoes.
and I love that like fucking called her out. It's like obviously she's religious. Oh yeah, is she? She fucking bowed. If she was
Mhm.
religious, she would
wouldn't do
not
that.
bow. It's
Yeah,
like
she's like,
holy
God
shit,
damn
fucking
it.
Rudy, rude as
I
fuck.
know Rudy's on
He's an
top.
Rudy's
asshole.
good.
Love
I
him.
like Rudy. He's a
Rudy
good
was
cop.
great.
I
Yes.
like that
He's a
he's
good
like the
cop.
like the no bullshit sheriff in town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I've been
Which
trying to get rid of you
honestly
for years.
might have been a better story if it followed him around.
Hell
I
yeah,
agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
Like I didn't think about that, but like Now that you put it in my brain, it's all there.
Space
Hell
cop? Are
yeah.
you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh,
This
my
annoying
God.
bitch. I get to slap her around.
Now, does he keep the pen pal or not?
Does he what?
Does he get a pen pal or not?
Rudy?
No, why
Yeah.
would he have a pen
Why would he
pal?
have a pen pal?
Why not?
Hot pen pals.
What?
Yeah, like
Wasn't
To
that
help him with
that wasn't
arresting people?
wasn't
Huh?
that a wasn't that like an assignment she had to do for class?
yeah, that's how it started off. Like I don't know, like I envision him like having a pen pal, like an old cop buddy. He's like, "How's life on the moon?"
Oh, I
It's
see.
like,
His old partner that he left.
exactly, like keep in
Yeah,
touch with his partner. It's like
Katniss.
the fucking
that would have been pretty good. That would have been
day
really
one
good,
on the
actually.
moon. Took down three crime rings.
Day one on the moon. Somebody had a
Passed
lighter.
out.
Took his ass down,
I
sent him back
took
down
his
to Earth.
ass down. I honestly, Jazz should have been deported.
Oh,
She
100%.
should have been kicked out.
No.
What do
Like she got off way too easy. Yeah, she lost all her money.
I don't know. I guess it kind of made sense to me, and I was kind of like, well, this woman literally used her as like a trap the whole time. Like she knew that she
Oh.
was the one that was being hired. She knew that she was gonna be the one doing everything, and then
He's an
she
asshole.
also
Oh
went
my
to
God.
like make everything work out in the end anyway. Still, it's like, dude, why would she be deported when she's the one that like literally made it happen so that you could have this like crazy economy here and not have the mafia controlling it?
I
Like
mean, she did
that's
knock out
why.
the whole city. Like that. To be
Besides
fair,
the knocking
Yeah.
out the whole city, but like
well,
that was like a lot of people that were working with her. Why did no? Besides, I know that was like the whole foreshadowing was
yeah.
Spoda saying that, but like, why did no one like talk about him more? You know?
What
Oh yeah.
to backtrack and to meet and to bash on and Jasmine a little more. Um, you know when she's in the administrator's office, um, and she's trying
First
to
time?
figure out how the assassin keeps finding her.
Yeah.
How it keeps tracking her gizmo. Oh,
Yeah.
so she's sitting there, right, in the office with the administrator. The administrator's like, "I'm using you as bait," and like a couple paragraphs pass, and then Jasmine's like, "You're using me as bait? Like what?
Yeah.
Why are you? She just told you that. Why are you so
I
like? Why are you
know.
so like surprised about this? She literally
Now
told
she
you
takes
she
it
was.
personally.
Yeah, it's like she told you she was using you as bait straight up like 10 minutes ago. Why are you now upset about it?
And she's like, and used Rudy as bait
She's like,
and me as bait.
yeah, I just
Yeah.
said that.
Like
I thought you were following
I
everything
love how like
along.
Aren't you
she's
supposed to be super smart? What's good with you?
she's like the self-proclaimed asshole of the story, but I love everyone
Yeah.
around her is more of an asshole than she is. Like, but like
Yeah.
justifiably so
Yeah,
though.
yeah, absolutely.
Right.
That part of the book I actually fucking love. Like, it's like see, she is an asshole. Like, I was like, okay, who's gonna be the next asshole in the next chapter? Because she ain't it. But hey,
Yeah, she's like the
Rudy,
little
he's an
kid that's
asshole.
like, I'm a badass. And it's like, sure, you are a kid. And then,
Yeah.
like, it's always when you have to self proclaim it, you're just
Exactly.
trying.
There's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm the hottest thing to fucking next to the fucking sun. Like it's like Jesus,
Oh,
tone it down a bit, lady.
yeah.
Would
And it's
you
like
think?
she's like tries to be so humble, like quote unquote humble about how
Quote
smart she is, but then
Yeah.
she's like, did you see how good of a fucking like welding I did on that? Wow, it's like we already complimented you on this. Why are you complimenting yourself now?
Please say it again, please.
I like at the when she's cutting that hole in the wall and she's like, "Yo, Dale, hold this." He's like, "No, I'm not gonna hold that."
See,
He's like,
asshole. That's what an asshole would do.
but then she's like, "Oh my God, why?" He's like, "Because if you cut a hole in your suit, I have to drag you back in to save you. Like, no, like this is how this happens." And she's like, "Oh, whatever." And it's like Dale, at no point has anyone who's being an asshole. Like, they're not being unreasonable. Everything makes sense of what they're saying. Like,
And
these
it's
are
like
the safety
these
protocols. Go ahead, sorry.
these people are like hella like smart too, and they're like hella respectable in my opinion because she literally like they're running away on the rover or whatever, and she's like, I have an idea, I don't have time to explain. And instead of him just being like, no, I really don't trust your sense of like how you deal with things in urgency, situations. I'm just gonna keep riding. He's like, okay, yeah, you can take over. Like, I trust your instincts. Like, he
Yeah,
still is like
yeah.
trusting of her.
I
You
did,
know?
I did like that part where he didn't fight her. He was just like, "Okay, do it." Like, there's
Yeah,
nothing.
Yeah,
Exactly. I don't. I trust you. Just go ahead and take the wheel.
it's
yeah,
like why though? Why do you trust her? Like, and her idea didn't even work. Like, she got lucky,
I know.
and
I
then
know.
it screwed her later on. But
Which one was that? Is that when she
It was
was?
when they ran to the rock or whatever, and she was trying to pierce the hole in
Oh, she
the
no, she was
MacGyvered
trying
some
to
bubble.
shit.
pull off the umbilical. That was
Oh,
Yeah,
off the back of the car, and
yeah,
they
yeah.
ripped
yeah,
it. And then you're right. It ended up knocking him out later.
yeah.
Kind of funny. So what'd you think about her plan? Her like big grand plan to melt down the to overload the smelter. That whole how all that unfolded.
What I liked about it, and it was gonna lead to one of my questions about the book,
Uh-huh.
is
Really?
the way that the way that he inserted like science in everything.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
yeah.
which I was gonna ask, did you guys enjoy that aspect of the book or not? Like like I feel like it didn't, to me it didn't take away from the story,
Hmm.
where
Yeah.
they just explain like the science behind everything while also narrating the story. And like, so like that part I loved about it. Like copper melts at this point, steel
Sure.
melts at this
Mhm.
point, so we gotta
Oh,
seal the hole with more steel so the copper doesn't escape and that shit stays plugged. Yada yada yada. Like that. Like I like that aspect of it. As far as the plan goes,
I mean, her
I don't
plan
know.
was
Like
just
I didn't hate the plan. It like
I guess.
I mean,
got the job done.
Um,
What you hate about the plan?
nothing. I just don't like jazz.
Yeah, she was annoying.
so
I
like Brian and I kind of talked about it before book
What?
club, and then we were like, "Oh shit, we
How
shouldn't
dare
be talking about it anymore."
uh-huh.
But we were talking about like the whole like the science thing, how it's not too much. Like we've read some books that they're like trying so hard for us to like understand how everything works that we're like, all right, the story's gone,
Yeah.
and this book I felt like balanced that pretty well, in my
Was it too sciencey? Like
Right, it was just
Gorblux,
enough.
opinion.
Like it was more
His
like
feet.
Dexter's Lab and not so much Jimmy Neutron stuff going
Yeah.
on. It's like
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I liked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like when they were like, yeah, this is the science behind it, but it's told in such a smug, annoying way that it kind of like ruins it for me.
you
It pissed you off.
idiot.
Yeah, like especially from her perspective, it's like, oh,
Because anytime science was explained, it was to show how smart Jazz was to
Right,
herself, because she's literally talking to herself,
right.
right?
and then
In
like
the
when
narration.
someone else, like when fucking Ukrainian guy, Deboda,
Boda, whatever.
yeah, when like
Boda.
he was really getting into the science, she's like, oh my god, shut up. I was like, bitch.
What?
I know.
She was like, oh, it's like just get to the point already. It's like
Exactly. Like, what? Hey, you're the one talking about getting to the point? Are you serious?
you smug bitch,
Just mad that he's smarter than her. That's what it is. She's fucking jelly as shit.
jelly as fuck,
Jelly.
dude. With no
You know,
peanut butter to
it's
calm her
really
down.
funny because like while listening to the book, I really didn't have an issue with her. I kind of was like annoyed with the whole like angst and like how immature she was or whatever. But
Angsty,
I
yeah.
just kind of like imagined it like, when you're watching Deadpool movies and he's like kind of breaking the fourth wall too with it.
Yeah.
It just kind of felt like that for me. It just kind of felt like he's just like, yeah, I'm awesome, whatever, you know? He's like,
Yeah.
look what I endured, look how badass I am. Look, did
Yeah.
you see that? Get a close up on that.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the vibes I was getting for her about it, except she's just a little immature about it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like trying to be the main character in a movie, but like
Yeah.
no one really wanted her to be the main
It's like,
character. She just
shut up.
happened to be the main character.
But she knows she's in a book. She knows she's
Yeah.
the main character in a book, and it's just
Yeah.
so annoying.
I did not enjoy that perspective.
I don't understand why
I
he
don't
did it.
mind it, but yeah, I don't know exactly why he did it, except for the part at the end where she wakes up and she's like, and I woke up. Holy shit, I
Wait,
woke
I
up.
woke up? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
and I was like, oh, so that's why you
It's
wrote
definitely
it like
cringy.
this for that moment.
That's what all it was for, just for that one moment.
That's
But
what
you're
I
right.
felt
Like,
like.
who
for
is she
that.
Why?
talking to?
Who
Like,
is
why
she
would
talking
you have this internal monologue with who? Like, is she schizophrenic? Is that the right term? Like I don't know. Like it's like is she talking to her other half or multiple personalities? Like I don't understand.
Because the way it's written,
Yeah.
it sounds like she's talking to somebody. She's telling this to somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought she was like telling like her pen pal about it or something, like gonna like finish off like and
Yeah.
then or like her kids would be like, and
That would be
that
cool.
my
If she was
child is how I, you know,
if
boom
this
the
was all like in
economy,
email
you
form
know?
to her pen pal, that would be great.
Yeah,
I
like
don't think it
that's
was.
kind of what I was expecting. Once it was like the end of it, and I'm like, oh, this was just for the readers of the book. It was kind of like, ew, that's a little
Garbage.
cringy.
No, not
What
for
did you
me.
think,
I'm telling
Brian?
It was cringy.
Okay, I'm glad I asked for your opinion.
Nice.
Yeah. It's
There
been a
we go.
while since I've cringed at a book where you go, ugh,
Yeah, no, it's,
don't do that.
yeah.
Like, you know, imagine if she did blow herself up at the end, and then you're like, wow, the book got a
Dude,
lot better at the end.
if she would have like sacrificed herself, I think that would have been pretty cool.
Well, she
Are you not
technically did.
upset that she lasted 3 minutes in a vacuum of space and
Yeah, no,
basically
she.
fine? Is
With
nothing
her
Yeah.
eyes like evaporating, and she still has her sight afterward.
Exactly.
Dude.
She's like, I felt my eyes boiling, but actually they're okay. They're fine.
Yeah,
Right. Oh my god.
20/20 vision,
I was
baby.
like,
Never felt better.
Nothing. Not in a wheelchair.
Never seen better. If anything, I see.
I see better. I got moon vision now.
Hell yeah! What does that even mean?
I'm Mary Jane, bitch.
Oh my god.
Oh, Mary Sue. Yeah,
Mary
she was. Yeah,
so
she.
like,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, it's for like a rough and tumble streets girl. She's like, I can do this, and I'm fighting, and I'm jumping, and I know the boiling point of this, and it's like, Jesus.
No, she's definitely perfect at everything. Another thing that kind of bugged me about this book is that like she was making fun of like Earth people and like to them, everyone that just freshly comes from Earth is literally a superhero, like 6 times stronger by default, just by being there.
Yeah.
And like this Brazilian guy, I don't know how long he's been up there.
Not long, I don't think.
But like he seems like he was strong as fuck.
Yeah, he was manhandling her.
So like he's probably like 20 times stronger than this chick. Cause she grew up on the moon since she was 6. 1/6 the gravity.
That's true. The guy yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't fucking crush her throat, even with her pushing with both hands.
Yeah.
And then she takes one hand off. It's like, what? I know how gravity works. And you take away gravity, that much gravity, like you're gonna be just genuinely like weaker. Like they're gonna be able to out jump you. It's like, yeah, they did mention that like the silly earthlings, they kind of always misjudge how hard they gotta push. It's like, okay, that's fair. That's cool. But like you jump up 3 feet, like 3 meters just generically, like that dude should be able to jump to the top of the fucking building. Like, huh? Like, so like I don't know if they need to tone down like how high she can jump or fucking like I feel like the relative strength should be acknowledged. And
I thought, I kind of felt like they gave the impression that it was the opposite, and I was like, trying to like play it over in my head. And I was thinking about like Naruto or like turtle or like eyebrows guy. He like wears weights on his ankles, then he takes them off. He's like super.
Dragon Ball Z did it first.
yeah, over 9,000.
Yeah, but like that's like the situation that it would be.
Yeah.
In this situation, they kind of made it sound like it was the opposite. Like if you're on the moon, you have a better chance of being super strong and stuff.
Right.
Than if you're on the Earth.
You're right. It does kind of word it that way.
It's like silly Earth women, they can't carry 200 kilograms on the moon. It's like, no, they'd be able to carry 4 if by this fucking like scale you got going on.
Oh my god, you're
because
right.
she was like fighting the Brazilian woman, right? I'm guessing she was Brazilian too. The scientist, Sanchez.
Loretta Sanchez.
When she's fighting her, she's like, I've been on the moon since I was 6, so I have an advantage of how strong I am.
Oh my god, she does say that.
Yeah, and
me see
then
that.
Stop
Sanchez is like,
thinking
I
about
beat
it.
up people bigger than you
Yeah,
in
and she's like,
on
I'm
Earth.
not a pushover. I grew up
No,
on Earth, you
I do
idiot.
love that like Sanchez was like kicking her ass. Like
Yeah.
she's
Throwing
like,
her
yes.
around.
But that's like the impression that we get multiple times is that because she lives on the moon, she's stronger.
Yeah, you're right. He does word it like that.
He does.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my god, Andy,
it's
what are
like,
you doing, buddy?
it's like, nah, my dude. Like I feel like I may not be, you know, the smartest cookie, but like like that, you tell me that person's been living with 6 times the gravity I've been living with his whole life, and then he just came up here. That man is a superhero. That is Superman
Yeah,
in
Right?
fucking flesh.
yeah.
The Rock shows up there, everyone's
Oh my
going
god,
down.
imagine like if a world's strongest man guy that can deadlift like 1,200 pounds just
Yeah.
went to the moon.
Yeah.
That's 4,000 pounds, I'm assuming.
You think he'd be able to javelin like a rod through one of the walls? Just puncture a hole in the damn thing?
Well, like
Yeah.
that probably
Super
not. But like,
villain.
well, maybe. Like I don't know. Like that, I don't know. But like just like I'm not letting
Yeah.
go. Like the gravity is a different animal down there,
Yeah.
and they acknowledge that she would be weak as fuck on Earth.
Yeah.
But the fact that these people freshly like how these tourists aren't like accidentally giving like breaking the bones
Another-
of people on the moon
Like
Well,
when
blows
they
my
shake their
mind.
hands? Like
Yeah,
when they
just
shake
shaking their hand.
Right.
Maybe not that extreme, but like would they even be able to catch a fastball that these motherfuckers can throw? Like
Oh my
holy
God.
shit.
So like okay. Imagine you go to the moon, right? And you're there for a business trip, and you like to work out a little bit, right?
A little
So,
bit.
so you go to shake someone's hand, and you do your regular Earth handshake, and you lift that motherfucker off the ground.
Right? Like,
What if you
Yeah.
did the fist
Yeah,
bump and you just
oh, my
punch
bad.
them all the way back?
like
Or you try to dap someone up, and you just crush their body with your.
Yeah. Oh
Dude.
shit.
like gravity greatly affects bone density, and like they do acknowledge that. Like it's like yeah, you gotta take like these pills and shit
Right,
to like
right,
increase
right.
bone density, but like nah, like no, like I don't know. Like I need to look into the science of this because you're kind of breaking my brain here.
I had one question for everyone, and that
Okay.
was
The answer is no.
Oh.
who has the FBI watching their house now because they looked up chloroform and how quickly it will kill someone.
Oh,
I didn't look
No,
that
I-
up. So are you
Because
saying that you have the FBI watching you?
I didn't look it up because I was scared of that. So I'm just asking.
No,
He like
how
got halfway
myself.
through and backspace, like no.
I was like starting to type it. I'm like, wait, a minute. Yeah, I was like that
how much
might be a
chloroform?
bad. I was like,
I-
should I go
ooh,
to
actually.
invisible?
I
No, I was
didn't
like,
know.
no, they can still track that shit. It just doesn't have cookies. And I was like, shit.
I didn't like that the book called me out. Like it's like yeah, I did have a like a very skewed view on chloroform. I thought it was
I mean,
just
there's
night.
Yeah,
there's a
me
reason
too.
like
No,
a tiny bit of
I
it.
actually,
Nope, that
this
shit'll
is
kill you.
this is why I
Oh.
wanted to look it up is that I've heard of like 19th century like when they were first using chloroform, they basically like accidentally killed like the person that was creating the whole like chloroform like substance. They were like constantly poisoning themselves
Which makes
over and
sense.
over again, and like people would actually like accidentally die all the time from using it, but it was
Like, nah,
still like
Doc, I'll take the whiskey.
so it's like
Yeah.
but it's like the amount of chloroform is like what it was. They had to like find the right amount to
Yeah.
use for the person to like not like be fucked up when they woke up or whatever,
Yeah.
be poisoned. Whether or not it was like the whole hour lasting, they had infants.
I was
Like
gonna say, how did
the
that baby not
woman is
die?
cradling the baby, and I'm like, that baby has brain damage or is
Yeah.
dead. And then they're like, everyone's fine. I'm like, that's
No.
inaccurate. There's no way that
Wait, they had a
baby's
baby up there?
gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, the woman
Jazz-
was. It was probably a tourist or something, but
It
she
w-
was
I-
cradling the baby.
It was a
Oh.
toddler. Yeah. She's
Or
Wait a minute.
toddler, yeah.
Wait,
Right?
how
Then
did
we did just talk
how
about
did
that
that
whole.
toddler get up there?
Yeah,
It
like,
must
I
have
thought that
been
was 12. Like,
traveling.
did I miss that?
Visitor. No,
No,
it's for
can you
living.
visit?
You have to be 12.
Ja-
live,
Jazz
Living up there.
Jazz says that she steps over a mother cradling a child, and she says it's
Yeah.
like an infant. It's like a baby.
Yeah.
It's an infant to a toddler that
Yeah, something like that. But
1
it's
to
like
3 years,
small
but
enough that
tiny.
they either should have died
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
had really bad brain damage. If an adult can handle an hour, a child slash baby with a developing brain should not.
Yeah,
Oh no,
like
people died.
I feel like people
Yeah,
should have died to make the story a little bit more compelling, but like
but the reason he didn't want anyone to die was because it's like, oh, she only
you get to
needs
stay on
to
the
get a
moon,
slap
no
on
one
the wrist.
died.
Yeah,
Oh my
because I
god.
was like, this is mass. I literally, when they talked about the chloroform, because I know the history of it, my heart started racing. I was like, oh my God, she just murdered 2,000 people. Like, that's just like, or at least like caused really bad damage to people. And then at the end, they're like, everyone's fine. I'm like, wait, what?
They called it the big nap. It's really cute.
Yeah, the
actually.
big, yeah, that is kind of cute. I can't
Actually,
lie.
you know, she
That was a
actually
good
opened
movie.
our eyes, and like we saw that this place is actually. Did you know we put cameras like nowhere, and the sensors don't fucking track shit
like-
except for the
Yeah.
big ones. It's like, holy
It's a
shit!
lot of fucked up shit. Sorry about your kid falling over.
It's like, it was actually
Like-
quite benign. Like, you know, thankfully, you know, the moon is fucking the moon, and like people just kind of floated down. Wee.
Or like they're like, well, why isn't like why was there methane and gas stored next to a superheated fucking oven? Like whose idea? Who's like Sanchez? You're supposed to be a genius. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, like nah.
Brain
Okay,
cells
so I just
mostly.
looked it up. It doesn't tell me, obviously, it doesn't tell me how long, but it says at lower doses it knocks you out, at higher impulses it kills you.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean,
it
I took the book's
from
word
like
for it.
cardiac
Yeah,
arrhythmia,
What am I gonna do? Argue
whatever.
with the book?
But
Like I'm not a
I,
anesthesiologist.
yeah.
Like I'll take the book's word for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like on
It-
that, I did like the bartender. I forgot to mention him. Like
Really?
he kept like trying to like get her to
Oh,
try like new shit.
Like,
That's
what, powdered
Real?
like powdered whiskey.
Reconstituted whiskey and shit.
Yeah.
Like she was like that. Like he's like, "Hey, try this." It's like this is fucking awful.
It was just ethanol with whiskey terps added into it. Like
Yeah.
that's all it was.
It's like I just love that whole aspect of like getting
tried-
every time she went in there. It's like, yeah, I'll give you a free beer. The beer's still shit, but like oh,
Yeah.
I just loved it. Every time she went in there, it's like, hey, try this right quick.
I like at one point she's like, "No, I'll just pay for my beer. I don't want to try that."
I'm
No,
It's like,
No,
"Hey,
that's
you're lo-
okay. I'd rather.
It's like
pay
you're
for it."
lost.
I already
Oh.
had diarrhea. Thank you.
The fuck you put in here? Termites? I like
What? Why did? Okay, one more jazz bashing and then I'm done.
I love jazz bashing, but by all means.
Why was she so upset that Sanchez retook over the smelter?
I don't know. Like I said,
Who else would do it?
She was fucking petty as fucking that whole like fighting her shit. It's like I just want to see if my people are alright. It's like give me that fucking phone. It's like no, take it from me. And then it's like I will turn this fucking buggy around if you two don't settle down back there. It's like oh my god.
Yeah, like I get the part of like you can't just work. I think the point that Jasmine made that you can't just work for a crime syndicate and then be like, well, whatever they do is nothing with me. I'm just gonna wash my hands of it because like you're still you're giving them blood money, right? Like
Yeah.
Like you can't just be like, well, I just run the smelter. I didn't tell them to come in, get an assassin to come and kill you. But like those are your bosses, right? So like you just can't be so like, oh, it's not me. But then also she tried to kill Jazz when she was out on the Harvester. You know what I mean? Like she's not exactly like innocent in the whole thing. But
Did she try to kill her, or was she just fighting her and trying to be like, "Yo, get the fuck off! I'm gonna fix this."
No, when
well,
she
like
was
at first
when she was outside blowing up the Harvesters, one of them tried to kill her, and it was Sanchez. She's like, you're blowing up my Harvesters, and it's like, well, like that's not. I don't think that's a fair trade-off, but whatever. I get it. You've got the crime syndicate behind you. You have to get your shit going. They're gonna come and kill you. But like, who the fuck else is gonna run that smelter? She literally designed it this process.
Yeah,
You want her?
I know.
Like I
I
said
was
earlier,
not.
like everyone around her is trying to give her good advice and use logic. It's like I couldn't argue with her. Like she's like, yeah, she knows how to build fucking smelters.
Yeah.
Who else would you do?
I
do
was
it though?
like, that was my thought too. I was like, why are you? Why? That's another immature moment. It's like, bro, what do you think? Like,
This isn't what I planned for. Like, bitch,
yeah, it's like, bro,
what do you think?
what?
I
You
forgot
had
you're the
that-
billionaire.
Exactly.
So
You're the grandmaster.
Yeah.
Of all this. You're
Yeah.
like you just got a job to do. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, why? Like, we have the person who designed the process to pull oxygen out of aluminum. Who else would we have build this thing when we need
No,
oxygen
she's literally
in the
talking
aluminum?
about what a genius she is,
Exactly.
and
Like,
then she's like, and then we don't expect her to also work at this one.
I don't.
You know?
Your whole point, your whole plan of turning the moon into this super booming economy literally relies on Sanchez, and you're upset that she's going to rerun the smelter.
yeah,
Well,
Without
she's
her,
like, I only want my friends to be doing stuff.
exactly. Like,
I don't want people I don't like to be doing stuff.
this is
The whole-
our town.
the whole point of this, the whole point of this whole fucking thing was to make super high dense fiber optic cables, right, with zero lag.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need her to make those, but you're upset that she's making them. Like, it's so stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, they're not impacted by it.
Yeah, like it wouldn't be zero lag. It'd be zero data loss.
Yeah.
And no repeaters, no nothing. So this thing doesn't.
Like you wouldn't have to
understand
have
light.
you could have like super long cords and stuff and it wouldn't matter.
They still had to wait. They still had to wait.
Zero lag, Abraham. Did I stutter?
Not zero lag. They would
Did I
still have to
fuck-
wait the 4 seconds.
Did I fucking stutter? Well, yeah, they have to wait the 4 seconds because there's not a giant cable connecting the moon to the Earth. Once we figure that thing out, we're golden, baby.
Why is there this fucking fiber optic cable like wrapping around the Earth?
Would there be lag
Fucking-
if there's no data loss? Would there be lag? Because
It seems like it would be instantaneous, but I don't know how fucking.
yeah,
No, like you can't like the speed of light. You can't change the speed of light. Like it would like the advantage of it would be that like you didn't have to have as much infrastructure as
Yeah.
far as like supporting because like the fiber optic cables only I believe they said
yeah, they're very short. Yeah, yeah.
15 kilometers. Like they
Yeah,
only, so like this would be like infinite range, but like
you could use
still-
one cable for the whole world, technically.
well, because
Right.
because like well that's what that it would revolutionize the whole thing because like it would be cheaper overall and more bandwidth because you don't have to like account for like data loss and all this
Right.
and all that.
Yeah.
And then it becomes, transmitting energy becomes or data becomes extremely cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like and to be
I mean, I like the idea of it. They sold
I
me on it.
yeah, me too. Like, I get why you would kill for it. Like, I 100%.
there's
Yeah.
a lot of money at stake. Hell,
Yeah,
a lot of money
I
at
mean,
stake.
Yeah.
I just
I mean,
when
Think about
when,
the railroads that we
Yeah.
have in America.
and then
Let's
like
do it.
when
True.
Jazz is like, well, how much data does the Earth use? And the chick's like, I don't know, trillions. What the fuck are you even asking? What? Like, what a stupid question to ask. Like, you dumb.
Just get to the point. It's like yeah, like I wish Jazz was written a little better.
I wish she wasn't the main character.
So I did have one
Yeah.
question. When she has that realization, she's like, why would he be involved with the mobsters? It kind of like dawned on me like maybe he didn't know that these were mobsters and only the administrator knew that they were mobsters and she just kind of like pitched him like gave him reason to think like, hey, this might be a good idea for you to like scheme this. Like maybe she didn't say that, but she gave him like the idea of something like that, just like the oxygen or whatever. And like it would be a good industry to own or whatever. But like maybe he didn't know that that's what was coming down to, or did he know? Like,
I
did
thought he
we
knew.
find out?
No, he knew. The only reason that he got killed, he would have got killed.
He-
He would have got killed either way because he was double crossed by the Chinese man. What's his name?
Jin.
Chinshu.
Jin. Yeah, Jinshu, like,
that's why he died, because he.
So once
he
they
sold
found out how much
information.
money they
That's
were gonna
right.
make,
Yeah.
it was like, okay, that's worth killing for. Let's go.
Yeah,
Right,
once they
right.
found out what they, because I think he could have, he probably could have taken it over without much fight if they didn't
No.
know that what they could do on the moon, what they could produce. So that
Right.
makes sense. So then, yeah, because Jinshu sold it to him, like, hey, we can make this on the moon for really cheap, and then went to O Palacio and told them the same thing, and they were like, well, okay, well then let's do this thing, and then they, found out about the whole trying to outcut him, and yeah, it was time to die.
I did like that little. I forget who said it, but like, you can pretty much keep selling secrets until like everyone knows about it, and like,
Yeah, I think it was the administrator.
yeah. I thought that was a nice line that he wrote
yeah.
there.
Not bad.
Yeah,
Do it.
do it.
Tight. So you want to
All
put a bow
right.
on this bad boy?
Hell yeah.
Anything else to say about jazz, guys?
Oh, I got plenty, but
We gotta.
Look, it's so full.
Like, we don't get that much time, Brian.
Damn, I really
I'm
felt
trying to
like there
think
was more I was going to talk about, and I just like can't think of it.
well,
Yeah.
nah.
Should have written it down.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about the heist. We talked about the heist. Like, oh, did you guys see a heist coming?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, as soon as she called everyone in, duh. But then,
Like,
like,
I thought things were really gonna go to shit for her, especially in the middle, like when she's out there. But then like
right,
things
right when
really
she's like
don't go to
hiding.
shit, and they kind
not
of
really. No,
they
everything
kind of bounce back
The,
and
the
calms
only,
down for a little bit. Because
the
that
only
second
snag
threat
she
never
runs into-
came. That second oh, they're gonna send an army of goons down here.
Right.
Like I feel like that would have been pretty cool, but they
But
kind of
like,
never got there.
why? But here's the thing: why wouldn't they send an army of goons? Even if they sold it, made a bunch of money on that smelter, they still got fucked over. So why wouldn't they send another assassin to come and kill him?
Yeah,
It's
the
true.
fact that they only had one was kind of crazy.
Which was, yeah, like why would they only send one? Like they're $1 billion
Well,
company.
I think he just happened to be there.
Yeah, he was
Was
already
the
there.
thing.
No, they should be
They
at least
didn't
4 on
send
payroll
him.
at all times.
Right,
mean,
right.
Like what? Like
but-
so when he sleeps, so it's like, oh, okay, no enforcement while he's sleeping.
Yeah, I don't know. Just parts of this book make me mad.
All right. So how many assholes out of 10 do you give this book? Starting with Brian.
I was like, there's like 3 people you could pick from.
Yeah.
See
Yeah,
who.
Yeah. I picked you, Brian.
Oh yeah.
How many assholes out of 10?
You know, I didn't hate the book. I just didn't like the main character, but I like the book she was in.
Yeah.
So how many points do you lose? Some definitely, but how
Definitely
many?
some.
How many is the question? Mm, say 7 assholes out of 10.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's a
yeah,
pretty good score.
that's fair.
Pretty good score.
That's yeah. It would be a lot higher. Maybe 6.5, because I feel like 7 is it's like pretty.
That's like good
pretty
book
good.
territory, right?
Yeah, right. And I guess it was a good.
I,
Hey, whatever
I'll,
your heart
I'll,
tells you.
yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Don't feel social pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, because if that was a really good protagonist, then I could see it being like a 9. So,
I remember what I was going to talk about, but it's okay. I'll say it when I go.
so yeah. That's fine.
All right.
Okay.
Raquel?
Yeah, Raquel.
I was gonna give it about a 7 out of 10 assholes as well, because I definitely liked the book enough that like listening to it wasn't like a struggle. Like I did enjoy listening to it. I liked the storyline. I liked the uh the amount of like conflict there was, and I liked Artemis itself. It seemed like a cool enough like setting that I really did enjoy, and like I could visualize everything. So I did like it. I think the some of the holes in the story kind of bothered me enough that I had to take some points off, and some of the characters were like not some. Well, obviously the main character I just felt like, wasn't really exactly what she need, like trying too hard to make her. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I did remember what I was gonna say before. Do you want to like finish getting everyone's scores
Yeah,
and
go ahead.
then
Say
I'll
it.
say it?
Just do it.
Okay.
Huh? Alright. Yeah, go ahead.
So
Do it.
I'm gonna get to that part of book club where I talk about where I cried.
Oh. Oh,
Okay.
you want to go
and
there, huh?
In this book?
and when she like foreshadowed like being in debt, I was like, ah, I wonder where that's gonna go. But once she like paid off the amount and like said how much all of the materials for her dad's workshop cost, and it was that
Oh.
exact amount, I kind of felt emotional at that point. I can't lie. I didn't like full on cry, but I like teared up. I was like, damn, like, and her dad, the point where her dad, like, actually, this is the real part was when she said,
Yeah,
like,
I guess that wasn't.
my dad
Yeah.
loves me like 300 and something percent more than anything else. I was like, ugh, like that hit me really hard with like how hard and tough he is with her and stuff. But like to know that like he really genuinely like gives a shit about her. She just is too like angsty to recognize it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just like it hit me in another place and it made me feel some kind of way.
Yeah, no,
So
like
That was a
I'll,
good
I'll,
scene, yeah.
I'll join with
yeah,
that. Like, when he's like, when she's noticing, like, he's why is he taking forever? Like, he usually starts this lighter up, the blowtorch or whatever. He usually starts that up in like seconds, like haphazardly, like one hand this and this and this. And he's like
yeah,
double, triple checking everything, and like, yeah, like I felt that as well.
yeah,
Like not to get too emotional, but yeah, like I never had anything like that with my father, so like that really hit me kind of hard.
right,
I was like, God
right,
damn. To like, to feel a father's pride, like I'm never gonna feel that, and
right,
I definitely clicked with her a little bit there, and like I didn't hate her as much, in that scene when she's
right.
like, she finally realizes like, holy shit, like
And she shut the fuck up too.
my dad loves me. Like this guy's willing to
Yeah,
essentially commit a sin to help her,
yeah,
and like he's gonna do
yeah,
whatever it takes to get it to make sure it's safe and get her daughter back.
yep.
And like I was like, oh,
I know,
so I
Well,
agree
I
with you there.
know. Yeah.
So,
well, I thought she was talking about the part where I thought they were in the
There's two parts.
bar. Yeah,
There's two
where
parts. The
she
first
There's
pays
a
part
off
couple
the
was
parts.
debt,
that 300%. The second part was when she pays off the debt.
and
Hmm.
That's
he
what I'm
talks
saying.
about
Like there
his
are two
dad.
different parts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
he said, he has no reference on how to be a good father. I was like, sure, stop it,
I know.
stop it.
I know.
And
so many
all right,
assholes were killed. Would you already say your assholes? 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
7 out of 10.
And are
10.
they dry or wet?
Oh.
Slightly damp, Brian. Thanks for asking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll
And
say slightly damp. That
okay,
sounds
slightly damp assholes on the moon. Got it.
good. I was
It's like
imagining
how
a
many
different
assholes out
kind
of
of
10? Then?
assholes, but I'll take that one too.
Six.
6?
6. Yeah, she muddies
Yeah,
the whole thing so much that, like, honestly, I
it's hard to eat
it,
around it.
it is. It is hard to get around the big fucking asshole that's in this book, and to the point where it just muddies the rest of the book. Like, my feeling in the book was just, nah, it's okay. I
Yeah,
probably wouldn't
Yeah.
read it again.
No, no.
yeah. Like would you recommend it? Would any of you guys recommend it?
Yeah.
Depends on the person.
I recommended it to my mom. I knew she would like that
Would
kind
you
of
read
book.
the sequel? Would you care enough to like go back in?
I
No,
would care enough
main
if it was
character.
in someone else's perspective.
Yeah.
If we
If
follow,
it
if we
was
follow
like her
Rudy,
pen pal, like her pen pal visits or something, or Dale or Rudy, yeah, or Rudy, like
Anyone
you
else?
said.
The
Yeah.
bartender.
Well, I would do the bartender. I wouldn't do the
dude.
administrator. I wouldn't do Sanchez. I wouldn't do, but I don't know,
Ever since you mentioned like a book about
the
Rudy, like
dad.
that's all I can think about.
Um,
If he does another book in this world and it's
Space
about
cop,
Rudy and
moon cop.
the shit he has to deal with, it's like
Yeah.
this fucking Adam broke
Space
up another fight.
justice.
Space justice, lunar justice.
Justice.
Not on my
That's a
moon.
good one.
Uh,
Put it on my lunar watch.
so Abraham, what do you
Yeah.
think?
Like, so for me, like, I love the world. I love Artemis itself. I love how how the world felt like real. Like they named like one of the pods or one of the domes after Lance Armstrong, and it turns out like that's like the shittiest place to be because it was like the first one, and like so it's kind of like the slum area. Um, I kind of felt like the city felt real to me, or the
Yeah.
town I guess felt real, and like how the world was operating with this new like lunar aspect of it all. I thought that was like super compelling for me. But I gotta agree. Like the main character, like she took a lot more from the book than needed. So I think yeah, I think a 7. I think a 7 is appropriate here for me. Because like if you like sci-fi, it's here, right?
Mhm.
If
Yeah.
you like compelling characters, probably not so much. Because the people that are compelling in this book, they don't really get enough screen time to be like, okay, the main character sucks, but like, there's some people in
Right.
here that are fucking fantastic. Like, if we got more of like Rudy, or more of like, if it was just like like, especially when she's on the run, if we got a perspective from Rudy for like a chapter or two,
Like hunting her down.
yeah, hunting her down, like figuring all this shit out. Because obviously he figured everything out. He was like,
Yeah.
obviously, like, like if she would have went to him for help, and like work kind of that angle. Like I thought that would have been pretty cool. But
Yeah.
What if it was a
but as
dual story where like it switched perspectives?
It should have.
should have,
Yeah.
it would have been good. Like especially in the first half of the book. Obviously, once the heist or the sabotage kicks in, the second sabotage kicks in. It's like I don't
Yeah.
know what dual perspective you can get from that, but like if they would have kept on like the whole like Rudy hunting her down angle, that would have been
Yeah.
cool. That would have been real cool. So I think a 7
Yeah.
out of 10 is good.
All right, Abraham, get us out of here.
Oh wait,
Get us out of here.
what book are we reading?
Oh, perfect, Abraham. Because I have it
Yeah.
pulled up. We are reading. It's a book called Rabbits by Terry Miles.
Ha.
Rabbits, huh?
Huh? Weird, huh?
How many
like-
rabbits?
A few of them.
Two?
So
Two?
Okay.
guy that goes by
It-
2 rabbits
More than
picked
one?
a book called Rabbits, huh?
If you want a quick
Rabbits.
synopsis,
I
it's an-
do actually.
Uh-huh.
a deadly underground game might just be altering reality itself.
Okay.
Ooh.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
it's like that
it's-
movie where they play the game and then you die.
Gerald Butler's in it. It's called Gamer.
To be fair, this book is based off of a podcast, and if I knew that, I wouldn't have picked it. But it's too late. We're already in. It'll
Damn.
probably be okay. It'll probably be
It's
an
gonna be
okay book.
shit. I mean, it's gonna be great,
Alright.
guys. If it's
Well,
anything like our
alright.
podcast, it's gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah.
horrible. But
All right.
Well,
No
and on that
hesitation in
note,
your voice.
join us next time when we read or we discuss the fact that we
Rabbits.
read Rabbits.
Yeah.
All right. Say
wait,
goodnight.
are we breaking the fourth wall right now?
What we've
What?
been? Who do you think we're talking to this whole time?
Well, to
Oh
each other,
my-
but also
oh
to
my-
them.
Jesus, woman.
Is
It's kind of the
everyone
whole
gonna
point of
hate
this.
us now? Are
Hey,
we
I'm
like
awake.
What?
Are we the jazz now?
You have to talk to the
Oh.
audience. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but like that's what jazz is doing.
Oh
so
my
everyone's
God.
gonna
All
hate
right,
And
we
on
us.
gotta-
that note,
we
have a
gotta
good
get
night.
out of
All right, later.
See you later.
Cold turns.